This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Crater Lake. This map can be found over at farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and it is available for all platforms. So as the description says, the premise of this map is decades after volcanic activity, the forest has regrown. Now is the time to harvest. This is a forestry map that also contains all of the basic farming sell points. This map is a whopping 38 megabytes in size, so this thing is pretty darn small. We're going to go ahead and, well, we don't need field info or pin extension. Tell you that much. So we're going to skip those. Let's fire it up. So this map does have a snow or a seasons mask installed. So if you do play with seasons and you do clear out areas for farmland, you will have the typical bale rotting that seasons does with respect to seasons masks. Now there's a couple warnings here related to a crane, the log crane. So that's nothing really to be overly worried about. We'll take a look at the log crane when we get to the log area. So we are loading this map up on new farmer mode. If you happen to load this map up on farm manager mode, this house will not be here, but the truck will. The house will not. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. See the map itself right here. Got the big crater in the middle. Got a little bit of a beach area over here with a dock, and then we've got kind of water over here to the left. We have all of our standard crops here available on the map. Now there are no farms here, so that does mean that there will be no contracts available. If we take a look at the lands area, you can see that in new farmer mode, we own the waterways and the sell points and the roadways. We sell those, get a whopping $16,000 for the harbor here. $90,000 for the water, which I don't know why we wouldn't sell that. And then $13,700 for sell points. We own the BGA at the start. We could sell it for $44,000. Of course, in Farm Manager or Start from Scratch, we don't own any of this land. Now, if we just take our farmhouse and buy that land there, $121,000, you can see the way the map is laid out. Got some kind of flat areas over here to the right or on the west of the map. 184,000, 227,000, 379,000, and 159,000 respectively. Now, the land here around the crater is pretty hilly, so that probably wouldn't be overly desirable farmland itself. And then it's pretty steep all around here. So really, realistically, your only real viable farmland is probably going to be in this general vicinity to some degree, but mostly the flat over here on the west of the map. I would say let's go ahead and take a tour of the farm, but well, we can see that it's right here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get set up for the flyover, and we'll take a look at this map in aerial formation. We'll tell you that this map happens to have just over 36,000 trees on it. Quite populated with trees, and you get pretty darn good performance even with all those trees, just based on how the map author has done his distance settings, his draw distances. See that as we go up, we're moving to various stages of clarity or resolution of the trees. You can see off in the distance those trees are fading out, no longer being drawn. Ultimately we get to PDA, if you will, and you can see the hilly terrain there by the crater, by the volcano. You can see the flat land over here to the west. That is obviously going to be your more desirable farming area. You could probably eke out some farmland far over there to the east, but it would be some hilly going for sure. Oh, you can see all these textures draw in greater clarity. Go ahead and make our way over here. And we have the sawmill, which will be our friend here on a logging map. We've got the wood chip sell point. And over here we have a log sell point right here. Now the man truck is part of our starting fleet, but let's go ahead and take a look at that. We start out with the Sampo Rosloo, the HR46X tree harvester, man TGX 26640 log truck with claw on the back, the 1978 pickup truck, and the farmhouse. That is our starting fleet on new farmer mode. Also have a sell point here with the crane. So if we wanted to, we could operate the crane with the mouse. The way I'm working that is left mouse button up and down. We'll move the crane back and forth there. Left and right, we'll move the crane left and right along the ports there. Right mouse button up and down will raise and lower the claw. Left and right mouse button up and down will open and lower the claw. There's that. We also have our fuel point. Here we have our tree harvester and then our shop. Kind of get a gist of how the land flows out from there. Something else that is pretty interesting on this map is we do have trees that mark the borders, and those trees are going to be here with the red and yellow stripes. So periodically you're going to see those trees, and that's basically indicating that you are kind of along a property line. So if we take a look at the lands area, see that we're basically following this property line. Make our way further in. Okay. And then we turn this way, we're going to be able to follow basically the property line back to the road. That's what those trees are for. And over here we've got our grain sell point. We have the BGA, 2 bunkers. We have a lime fill point. We have our animal dealer. We have our wool and cotton sell point. And then over here we have our bale sell point. That's pretty much, the functional aspects of the map. The rest of the map is going to be, just kind of exploring it. There's our farmhouse. Zoom up here, follow road. You can see that there are clearings periodically around the map. You can see those distance trees drawing in. So that is one reason why a map with this many trees has pretty darn good frame rates. So it should be a fairly responsive map even for consoles and lower end systems. You hear the land starts to rise, starts to climb. Pretty rough going here for farming land. Road continues to wind around. See how hilly the terrain is over there. Waterways. So if you're looking for a forestry map that has the potential to be converted over into a farming map, this map has all of the prerequisite conditions for that. We've got plenty of trees. We've got some ample flat farmland off there to see with the trees not drawn in how flat that land is. And we've got all of the required sell points. All we need now is some imagination and some time for the player to, well, have a go at it and clear away the forest so they can themselves started with some farmland. You guys, let me know what you think of Crater Lake. And until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.